Hi, welcome back to my latest video. In this video, I will teach you how to use Power Function in your Power Automate desktop flow also, right? So, what is Microsoft Power Function, right? Microsoft Power Function, as the definition says, is a low-code language that will be used across Microsoft Power Platform. When I say Microsoft Power Platform, this can be used for your Power Automate cloud flows, Power Automate Power Apps, and also Power Automate Desktop and other Power products, Microsoft Power products, both cloud-based, right? All are cloud-based. So this is expressed in human-friendly text. It is low-code language that makers can work with directly in an Excel-like formula, right? So instead of the traditional programming language, it is declarative. It has a declarative syntax, just like traditional programming language. But only thing differs is it is a Excel kind of formula, right? So what do I mean by that? If you can see, the formulas will be like this. So this is how you will be expressing your logics, right? So you can go to the learn.microsoft.com and in Power Platform you can learn about the PowerFX, right? So how does this matter if you are a Power Automate desktop flow creator, right? If you are Power Automate desktop flow creator, you are doing automation at work and also for client. If you are a freelancer, right, then you should up your level by learning this, so that you can make better flow, and also you can elevate yourself to the next version, the higher version of cloud release of Power Automate, right? So you can create great flows in that also, right? Let's move to our demo first, and I'm going to use this wonderful site to simulate our API response, right? So you are at work, or you are given a task from by your client for to query some API server, and read the JSON response back, and filter those response, and process that, and you can do so many things, right? You can put that to Excel or SharePoint or whatever. If you are using cloud version, you can put that to Excel Online or SharePoint. If you are using desktop version, you can put that into a JSON file or even Excel, right? So let's do this. Let's copy paste this URL into our flow. Let's create a flow with the PowerFX enabled. Okay, let's give some name to it. PowerFX demo. Okay, so here is that radio button that you need to enable. PowerFX enabled. PowerFX is a Power Platform's official language. It is open source, inspired by Excel formulas, and has simplicity and ease of use as its core values. Okay, let's see it in action. Okay, let's have this open, and meanwhile let's go to the website and read about more. Okay, so also PowerFX offers imperative language when needed. Worksheet don't typically have buttons that can submit changes to database, but apps often do. The same expression language used for both declarative and imperative logic, right? So just like your coding, you can do both declarative and imperative way. So here also you can do the same, right? This is how you write Excel, right? So in Power function, you are going to write a similar kind of Excel. If you are comfortable with Excel, you will soon learn this. I'm not saying it is going to be cakewalk, but you can learn this. Okay, let's let's do the demo first, so it will be easier for you to follow. Okay, not download from web. I want to invoke web service because we are going to hit that API endpoint and download the JSON. Okay. Let's wait for it to come up. Okay, I copy paste that URL, and it is going to be get only. Okay, and this is going to be JSON. Okay, our response, JSON response, will be in this web service response. Let's click save. Okay, so this will give me a JSON string, but we need an object for further manipulation. So we'll do this action next. Okay, that is to convert JSON to custom object. So we'll be getting JSON string from previous action item, and we'll be converting this to custom object. So that is what we are going to do. Okay, let's select the web service response. This is going to give us a JSON object. Let's run and see the output. Should not take much time. Let's see. Since I'm doing the recording also, so it is it's very slow. Okay, so our output is JSON custom object. So we got our output. So this is our output, right? So we got a custom object out of our JSON string that we got from that URL, right? From that web service. Okay. Now we need to convert this to table to play with our what do you say, play with our PowerFX, right? So what we'll do, we'll create a variable so that we'll convert this to a table. Table is kind of list in if you are coming from a normal programming language, list or array, right? So it is nothing but a list of dictionaries or a list of JavaScript objects, right? Uh, let's create a variable so that we'll convert that to a table. Okay, so let's create a variable. This is our variable. Let's copy paste this. Okay, and let's name it as table for now, or table var. Okay, and then we'll use our this JSON custom object. Now we'll have table. We'll use one more variable to do the manipulation. Okay, let me copy one more set variable. Let's say output for now. And did we convert to table? Yeah, no, we did not convert to table. So we have to convert this to table. So this is where we will be using our PowerFX. Okay, you can click this FX for functions, and you can see so many power functions available. Okay, PowerFX formulas available to say. Okay, so you have a table related, you have text related, right? You have text related. It will have starts with, end with, those kind of thing. You will have filtering, search, filter, those kind of thing, right? So for now, let's use the table function. Okay, put equal to like how you do in your this, and table, since we already have a, custom object, we are converting that custom object to a table, so that it can work with our power functions. Okay, let's where is our custom object? Let's put that. This will convert to a table. Okay, let's do that. This will convert to table. Okay, let's copy one more set variable. Okay, and let's rename this to output. Okay, and here, before that, let's run this up to now. I will tell you the difference. So we'll get a table output in our table var, basically a table variable. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, we got the output, and this is our table variable. Okay, so this is how it writes, right? Basically, in other programming language, we can call it as a list of dictionaries, right? So this is how we converted our custom object to a PowerFX compatible table. Okay, now it will be easier for us to filter, search, and those kind of things. Okay, let's do this. Let's add one more variable. Okay, and let's put output for now. Let's name it as output. Okay. Let's see how many items we have, right? So we can use count rows. Okay, because table will have rows and columns, right? So we'll use count rows to get the how many total item we have, and we know the variable name from previous. Okay, so suppose you need to know how many objects are there, right? Uh, let's say, okay, what happened? Let's do again count rows. Select our table variable. Save. Okay, there are some errors. Let's save it up to now. Maybe some issue with save because I am recording, so my PC has become slow. I don't have dedicated capture card. Okay, let's use this variable name as result instead of output. I think that may be colliding with some variable. Okay, so let's use this count rows formula, and let's count the rows of our table. Okay, now this is our JSON response, right? You can see so many objects, right? So how many objects in total, right? So let's count this. Let's see how many objects are there. Okay, let's count this. Let's see what it say. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so it is running. Okay, so the result variable is holding 13. So there are 13 rows, right? So this is not that much useful. Let's filter our data, right? We can see in our data there are Samsung, Apple, Google. Okay, so many things. So let's see whether anything has this Beats Studio, right? So we can use formula. You can use formula filter. Okay, the filter takes two argument. One is your source table. In our case, source table is table var, and the logic, right? So our logic is what do you want? What do you want? Right? We want to filter any value that is. Yeah. So, so this is the correct implementation. Okay. So start with the text that you want to search for, and the second argument is the actual text that you want to look up for, right? So if you see, let's open our table. Okay. So if you open our table, if I click this, all our name thing is in under value, right? So we have to drill down to value dot name, right? So that is what I did. So I gave the first argument as value dot name, and what I am looking for, I want to filter this Beat Studio wireless thing, right? So I am since I am just doing the starts with, so I have selected Beats, and this should be in double quotes. So the initial error was coming because of I used the single quotes. Okay, let's run this, and you will see the output. So we have successfully filtered the value out of our table that may have so many data, and we just filtered for particular thing, right? So let it run. Okay, so it completed. If you see our result, okay, we have successfully filtered only the thing that we are interested in, right? Yeah, we are interested in just Beats audio. My PC is too slow today. Okay, so you can see, we can see we have filtered successfully Beat Studio, right? So that is what we wanted. So likewise, we can do so many things. We can do filter like this also, value dot id, just like you put Excel, right? Value dot id less than 5. Okay, so it will bring all the data that has a ID less than 5. So basically 1 to 4, right? We should be seeing up to 4, right? Let's run. So this was to show you how you can use this PowerFX into your Power Automate flows, even desktop flows, to bring more quality into your delivery, and with less number of steps. Otherwise, you may have to do lot of inbuilt filtering actions and do lot of steps, right? So this cuts down those. Yeah, so this cuts down those unnecessary steps. With PowerFX, you can reduce the total actions in your flow. Okay, so this has run. Now we can see the result. Okay, so we asked for to filter the items that are having ID less than 5. Okay, so we should be seeing only items uh, up to 4, right? So and let's open our result, and as you can see, we have only items up to 4, 1 2 3 4 IDs that are having less than 5. Okay, all right, I hope you would have found it useful. If you like, so I hope you would have liked it. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share, and please do leave your comments. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.